Hey guys, it's Jay Black of In the Car with Black, Coffee and Conversations, where women reign and iron sharpens iron. How y'all doing this holiday season? Christmas is upon us. Hanukkah is upon us. Well, Hanukkah's already here, right? Kwanzaa's coming up. New Year. This is the lit time of the year. Celebration, celebration, celebration. Family, family, family. I'm so excited. I know last video I said we were going to be in the house because it's cold. Y'all see I'm bundled up. It is cold, but I already have a large family. School is out now. And my oldest daughter and her two children are here visiting. I am uber hyped, but it's mad loud in the house. So I had to come back out to the car just so I could talk to y'all. Because otherwise, chaos in the background, right? So I was having a conversation with one of my favorite people in the world, my cousin. I call her cousin. Her name is Kalila. If you look back at the beginning of the podcast, on all your streaming podcast services, you'll see I did an interview with her. She is a magnificent woman, amazing, full of information, and she's one of my favorite people in the world with tight, right? So I was talking to her, and I was talking about, we were talking about compartmentalizing. And women, this struck me. I told her I was going to make this thing. I'm not telling her business, but I told her I was going to talk about this because as women, mothers, wives, employees, employers, business owners, educators, whatever we are, as women, we compartmentalize a lot of stuff and keep pushing, making stuff. Everything is burning down around us. And we're putting all of that into different spaces, and we push on and make things happen. It is a strength of women. Why? Because we birth nations. We're built for this, right? You know how they say forward tough? Nah, this is woman tough. We are built for this. The nations came from us. They are continuing to come from us. We created the nations. God gave us that ability. He trusted us to do that, right? So, of course, we strong. We tough. We can do whatever. Of course. It's natural. But here's the problem, as I see it, with compartmentalizing. We don't go back a lot of times and actually deal with the things we put in the compartments. We don't go back. We just put it there. It's all piling up. And the example that I gave her was, so I like to bake. Kneading dough relaxes me, right? So my daughter, one of my daughters, love my yeast rolls, right? So I make them for her. Well, I make them for the family, but when she requests. And so what happens, when you work with yeast and everything, you put the yeast in the warm water. You add it to your dry ingredients. Then you put it in a bowl. And the old folk used to put like a dish towel over it. But you can use plastic wrap. And either put it in the refrigerator or leave it on the counter. Whatever. But when you go back after a time period, that yeast has doubled. That dough has doubled in size. It's not the same size you put it in. It just grew. And now it's overtaking the bowl. Right? So when we compartmentalize and we don't go back to it, it's like adding yeast. It starts to take over those compartments. So yeah, we're chugging along and we think things are going well, but it starts to spill over. And what does that spillage look like? Okay, so your child didn't pick up their toys like you told them 3, 4, 5 times. They did not pick up their toys. And now we're hooping and hollering. I told you, blah, 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 blah. And then last week, da-da-da-da, and last month, and here I am, I be doing, and I keep, and blah, 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 and da-da-da. And we're giving them energy they did not even earn. We going back to what they did last week, a month ago. We going back to stuff they siblings did, our spouses did, or whatever. Or even if we say none of that, we're like giving so much energy that they didn't earn. Same thing with our co-workers, with our partners, people in the street, the women at the drive-thru that didn't understand your order, and you start flipping like, yo, what y'all doing in there? Ya da 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 da. We know these machines don't work well. Even though technology should have definitely been better by now, we know they don't work well. So with that being the case, why are we flipping on young girl because she can't hear us? This box look like it haven't been changed out since 74. She's getting energy she didn't earn. It's those compartments spilling over. And when they start to spill over, well, we think we're still being successful at life because the bills are paid, we're cooking food, everybody got their bath, I'm going to work, but we're not because we're not living. We're spending more time compartmentalizing and pushing down the top on those compartments as much as we can that we can't enjoy life. Now, with that being said, there are times you have to compartmentalize because I can't deal with this right now because this right now is taking precedence. So I have to compartmentalize that so I can do this thing that takes precedence in this moment. Nothing wrong with that. That's how life goes. But you got to go back and address that. You have to go back and address that. Take it out the compartment. Knead the dough again. Roll it out. Cut your strips for croissants. Or get your cookie cutter. Or if you don't have a cookie cutter, your glass, turn it upside down and get those rolls shaped. Whatever it is you have to do to deal with what you put in that compartment. So how do you start? You got to heal, right? How do you start healing? Or how do you start processing that thing? Every time I'm going to tell you, start with a journal. Get you a notebook. Because when you write it down, it's like getting it out. And you could go back and see what you needed, what you got, where you still got to go, how much you've accomplished, how much you have to go, how much your prayer's been answered. Like sometimes we have to visually see that because thinking about it, because we have so many things in so many compartments, we can overlook stuff, right? So get your book. Write out what's in that compartment. Today, this happened. This is what I'm dealing with. This is the situation my family's in. Whatever it is, write it out clearly. Be detailed. Then you're going to write out what you want the outcome of that thing to be or how you wanted it to go if it didn't go that way. Write that out clearly. Be specific. No overviews. This is not the time for a little overview. I'm going to write this real quick. Be specific. What it is you were looking for to happen in that situation. Now, if it's a situation that is already past and there's nothing that you can do to change that outcome, the next steps is going to be for you to list out in the future what you can do different on your side to avoid the situation, to make the situation better, or to get the outcome you're looking for. What can you do? Okay? What can you do? And you start listing out those steps. Make sure they are specific. Right? What was your role in this thing going left versus going right? You want to write that out too. Because we all have a role in situations. Right? Something we could have done, I'm certain. 99.9% of the time, we could have did something differently. Even if we're right, we could have did something differently to make the situation go better for everybody involved, right? Or to get the outcome that we really needed or wanted at that time. A lot of time, it's the pride that we have to put to the side. But write down what you could have done. and what you would do going forward, right? Cool. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to, if it's a situation where in the future the resolution can come or you have to heal from something, write down the steps of what you need to do to get this outcome you need. So we already did steps 1, 2, and 3, but I got to put this on the side because I got to take care of this stuff that's precedent. But it's not looking good or it's not going the way I want it to go. But I need 4, 5, and 6 to really work in my favor. What are steps 4, 5, and 6? And then under step 4, you want to be specific about what needs to happen there, but you need to write what you need to do, right? To make that happen. What's required of you? What's the time frame? Well, write down the time frame because you want to be specific so you can see it all and check it all off and make sure you're doing what you need to do. And at the end of all of this, you need to write out how these things made you feel. How they made you feel. How did you feel when this was going on? How did you feel about the outcome? How did you feel about the way the person or people were handling you? How do you feel about the way you handled people and how you did and everything like that? And finally, you need to release. That didn't go my way, so I need to move on to the next thing. So I'm going to release all the stress that goes with this. I'm going to say a prayer. I'm going to pray about it, ask God to take it from me. I'm going to forgive them for treating me this way, handling me this way, or for not seeing things in my favor. I'm going to forgive them. I'm going to forgive myself for letting that ball drop in this situation. I'm going to forgive myself for not talking to the person properly, even if they were talking to me crazy. I still should have did what I needed to do. Treated them the way I'm supposed to treat them. So I'm going to forgive myself for dropping that ball and not passing that test. I'm going to forgive them. I'm going to forgive myself. And my heart is going to be healed. And I'm going to be able to move on. Right? Because compartmentalizing is good for a short period of time. But if you don't go back and deal with those situations and heal from those situations, they're just going to keep rising and overtake you. And then you're going to be giving energy places that didn't earn that energy. You're going to be giving out energy that don't benefit you, that take more from you than it gives you. And then you're going to be upset with yourself because you didn't handle something right. You have to always go back. And sometimes we do, and it be years later. And we suffered all these years. All these years we suffered. And we could have just dealt with it right then or soon after. So don't wait years. Don't wait years. That's not a good look. Nobody has to be remembering that Paul treated us poorly in the relationship back in 89 and we in 2020. You got to let that go. You should have let that go in 89. You feel me? All these years, Paul done went on. He ain't even thinking about you. He don't even remember dating you. But we hold on to it because we haven't forgiven and we haven't processed what happened, what we could do different going forward so we don't get in that situation again. Or if we do get up in that situation because we can't control everybody, we know how to get out real quick. So the damage is minimal. And then we deal with it then. So make sure you go back to those compartments. Y'all know I'm in a car, so y'all know I be looking around when I hear stuff because I got to be safe. But make sure you go back to those compartments and you deal with what you put in there because otherwise it's going to overtake like us. And that's not what we want. We don't deserve that. All right? So like, comment, share. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you liking and sharing these videos. I appreciate you commenting, letting me know what you thought of the video. Anything else you have to add, suggestions for people who need to work through what they've compartmentalized and actually process, forgive, and move forward. Any put it down there, because we got to help each other. We have to help each other. Put it down there. Comment. I'm on all the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at JBlackCoaching, but on TikTok, In the Car with Black. I love y'all. Y'all enjoy your holiday. Be blessed. Be easy. Have fun this holiday. Have fun with your family. I know you and her don't always get along and you don't like him like that because whatever. Put that aside this holiday. Just be easy. They gonna talk reckless because that's what they do. Just, you right. And continue to enjoy them. Because if 2020 has taught us nothing, we never know what tomorrow is going to bring. I tell people, twinkling of an eye never had this much significance to me, because a person will literally be here in moments they're no longer here. So enjoy your family this holiday. Use wisdom in this pandemic. It's uncomfortable. We don't like it. I get it. Use wisdom. People are actually dying. Whether the government created it, whether they didn't, whatever you believe, people are dying. Protect yourself. Later for protecting other people. Protect yourself and those you care about. Because this is crazy right now. All right? Y'all be easy. Peace.